Shalom, 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 shalom. Akis and the Cuddies, beloved Yadid, the body of Mashiach, the body of Messiah, Yahusha, Yahusha HaMashiach, Mishpachah, Kadashim, set apart in Kadesh, Yahudah, Yahudim, Yehudi, Nazarene. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my account, to my handle, to my station out there in YouTubeville, out there in YouTube land, right? Right. I'm Emmanuel Matif Yahuah, sitting here before you yet again, and to just give another exclusive, up close and personal, live and in living color stream, a message, a revelation, and confirmation that is affirmatively affirmative, and affirmation that I have gotten, that I've received. Now, I get it, not all of you have received or have been, even as much admonished with what you've been tuning into, watching over here on this side of YouTube. But this is gonna be part 7. Part 7 of Yahusha is Yahuah, and to put it plainly, simply, if you still can't see it after this one, you're gonna have to go ahead and just not watch, not look this way for any type of conviction or edification, because you'll only see and hear, feel, taste, smell, truth, sense it. You're only gonna have all your faculties and utilities and amenities and necessities if Yahuah, Yahusha, the Most High Abba, if he unveils it, if he reveals it. I can sit here and talk to you until my veins pop out. I can sit here and speak to you till I'm blue, purple, and black, But if he didn't give it to you yet, he knows when you're going to be ready. He knows when you're going to be ready to take that in and soak that up and absorb it, and reel it in and take it in. That's not up to me. My only portion in my sector, in my section, is to plant the seeds, sow the seeds. He's the waterer and the gatherer and everything else. So after this session, I just leave it in the Most High Abba Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach's hands, and go from there. But before we get started with the Yahusha is Yahuah part 7, I just want to address the folks out there, the people that say, well, Emmanuel Matif Yahuah, Aki Emmanuel Matif Yahuah, that Ak is not of the Amanah, he not of the faith, he not of the belief, he not one of us. Yeah, that right there in itself tickles my fancy, like, When, where? The who, what, when, where, and why, and how did you come up with that? You know? So I just want to address the ones that are saying that I'm not Kadashim, right? I'm not Mishpachah, right? I'm not Yahudim. I'm not Yahudi. I'm not Yahudah. And all these things. All this and that, right? I'm going to tell you like Yahuah. Yahusha told us. Like how he told the unbelievers, the non-believers, the paganists, the Satanists, and the atheists, them scribes, them Sadducees, them Pharisees, right? Them Sadducees. You hate me because I tell you the truth. Do you hate me because I tell you the truth? And just because we're on a different page or a different sheet of music, different boat, different category, we still, as I've said before, we still sailing to get to one destination that we've been predestined for. All along, the whole time. Like, I want to go home just as much as you want to go home. Just as bad as you want to go home, I want to go home too. Because this house is not our home. You know? And these homes are not our house. You know, we live in the world, but we're not from the world. You know, and truth be told, how could you even call yourself an Israelite or Yahudah, Yahudi, Yahudim, or Nazarite or Nazarene by coming over here, all the way over here, made your way over here to drop off all of that hasty? Don't you know when you do that, you become detestable and abominable before the sight, before the face of Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach? Don't you know that? There is 7 things that he hates, 6 are detestable. Or 6 things that he hates, 7 that are detestable. Right? The feet that run towards evil. The hasty feet. The heart that devises wickedness, evil tree, crookedness, evil doings. And the list goes on and on. So keep in mind that whatever measure of judgment that you're measuring me by, you will be measured by that same judgment that you're measuring me by. And then every tongue that rise up against you in judgment shall be condemned. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So help me, so shall it be. Let it be so, and so be it. And that's with the utmost petition and supplication and thanksgiving. In the name's sake, in the name, the mighty, strong, and powerful name of Yahushua HaMashiach. For the ones that's saying, oh well, he don't preach what I'm used to. He don't preach what I'm accustomed to. Well, you gotta adapt and overcome, because I'm not here to tickle your ears. I'm not here to keep on feeding you apostasies. I'm not here to feed you lawlessness. I'm not here to feed you all that churchianity stuff. You're not going to get that from me. I'm not going to give you a warm and fuzzy and wine and dine you and roll the red carpet out. I'm not finna romanticize you. Because that's what this Roman Empire wants you to do. Push out a bunch of love messages. Push out a bunch of love revelations and love affirmations and love confirmations. ridiculousness, pretty much. That's outrageous. That's egregious. That's absurd. And that's insane. Like, crazy work. Like, that's nuts. Here it is. I'm sitting before you, giving you what I've been giving, and you receiving what I've been receiving, and I'm sharing what's been shared with me. But somehow, Yahuah, Mativ Yahu, don't love nobody. Well, let's see. Sitting here in this chair, conversing with you all, that's love, Ahaba. Breaking bread before you all, sitting here, that's love, Ahaba. Breaking down these scriptures, busting down these scriptures, rightly dividing and dissecting that before you all, that's love, Ahaba. Need I say more? Need I keep going? I come on here for one person, one being, one sovereign of sovereigns, one master of masters, one king of kings, one savior, one Mashiach, one Messiah, one true king, one healer, one deliverer, my redeemer, your redeemer, our redeemer, Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. Now, I fought long and hard in the spirit, in my spirituality, in the spiritual, to be right where I'm at, to get where I'm going, to be here and now, right here today, on this Yom, that Yahusha has brought to pass, brought to fruition, and has brought forth, that I'm rejoiced and glad in, and I'm happy. The same one that woke you up all the years of your life every season is the exact same one that woke me up all the years of my life every season. The one who died so that sins can't hold us down. Yahusha. Same way he had grace and mercy on you, he had grace and mercy on me. The same way he's been gracious to me, he's been gracious to you. And vice versa. So let's not go around trying to tear one another head off because we don't agree. We can agree to disagree respectfully, politely, kindly. Right? We can do that and exhibit the fruits of the Ruach HaKadosh. We don't have these spiritual gifts for nothing. You know, and funny how it's always the ones that don't have no content on their channel, on their page, on their account, on their handle, but got so much to say, so much barking, so much noise, ruckus going on. But yet you don't have no material to show for your hope and trust and confidence, your belief system, your amanah, nothing. Pay YouTube station, YouTubeville over there, just blank as can be. Blank as a doorknob. And I'm sitting here doing my due diligence and partaking and participating in the righteous kingdom that is to come, that's at hand, that's at stake. We can agree to agree without all the sidebars. I've watched people in my comments that I'm muted carrying on a whole sidebar conversation. that I wasn't even involved in. Because why? I didn't include myself in that. What's the point? You follow me? What's the point? What am I trying to drive home here? What I'm saying to you is this. Everything Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach touches, right? You follow me? Turns to gold. Golden. And it's not by accident or coincidence that you come across this page, this channel, this handle, this account out there in YouTubeville, out there in YouTube land. It's not by accident. It's not a coincidence. It's not by mistake. Because why? How come? Yahusha HaMashiach don't make no mistakes. So if you seeing this, that's because you supposed to. So when you reject me, you're not rejecting me, the person. You rejecting the one that sent me, huh? Yeah. Yes. And I'm gonna give you a metaphor right now. I'm gonna give you a oxymoron, if you will. I'm gonna give you a hyperbole, a hyperbole, if you will. Right? So the analogy is this: love, right? Our vital organs that Yahusha has instilled inside of us are in the form of a heart. Why is it in the form of a heart? Because he made us with love. We got 613 commandments. Count them. 613. And he said, you know what he said is the greatest of those? Love, love, ahaba. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And love him. And none else. Have no other ones. No other mighty ones before him. He said love is the greatest of these commands. So, with that being said, I'm gonna give you this analogy before we kickstart this. And my apologies for the long introductory. But this is my channel. And I can speak up and talk, because there's a whole lot of so-called pastors and preachers and teachers and reverends and ministers and deacons pushing that love stuff, pushing a bunch of laws being fulfilled stuff, right? So here's the analogy, right? Our kidneys, pancreas, liver, you name it. You put them together, it's shaped like a heart. Kid you not. You see them beans we be eating, them kidney beans, you put two of them together, it's shaped like a heart. Take a look at a pear, or a plum, or a peach. It's shaped like a heart. Take a look at our hairline. From our hairline down to our jawline, it's shaped like a heart. I'm talking about all the way around, from the root to the earlobe, shaped like a heart. Now, look at an apple. I don't care if it's yellow, green, red. Take a look at an apple. What shape, what figure you see? A heart. Now, I'm going to give you one more. You take two bananas and you put them together, you're going to get the shape of a heart. You surely are. So, the fruits, the vegetables, and even us, This human configuration was done with love. And even our breath, the breaths we take, say Yahuah name. Every time you inhale, exhale, Yahuah, Yahuah is what you hear coming from out of our lungs. So, don't come at me about I don't love Yahuah's people. For one, I'm doing this for him. And for two, I'm doing it for his children, for his sons and his daughters. Okay? So, just like you all out there in YouTubeville and YouTube land, how y'all owe him your life, your livelihood, your lifestyle. I owe him too. I owe him as well. So, I know none of you or me, myself, can take back things that we have said in the past. But let's be in the present. Let's not dwell in the times of old. You know? The only thing of old we should be in and on is the ancient path. Straight gate. Straight is the gate. Narrow is the way. Okay? So I don't want to be bombarded with comments about, oh, he don't know what he talking about. Oh, he don't know what he doing. Oh, he has a lack of knowledge. No. Here's the problem. Here's the issue. We have a very rough and tough time, difficult time, complicated time letting go of what man has taught us. See, the evil one, the wicked one, the adversary, the enemy, has still got the wool pulled over your eyes. That's why you come here to my YouTube station, you know, saying the things you say, because you don't see it any other way than you have seen it for the last however long. Only heaven knows. Heaven knows. Yahusha knows. And see, he knows the desires of our heart. He knows our heart all the way through and through. And he knows this thinker up here. And he knows who's going to accept what he has done with his very own. He knows who's going to reject it and who's going to deny it too. So just because you all on that side of TikTok and all these other stations, YouTube, have gotten the name right, don't mean you got the game right. You got the game messed up. Huh? Yeah. There's more to it than just his name. We also gotta rid ourselves of the leaven. Huh? Y'all still on that leaven? We gotta throw away the leaven and get on that unleavened. Huh? Yeah. All of you on the other side of this screen, out there in YouTubeville, out there in YouTube land, we gotta turn loose and break free. Let go and let Yahusha, take over. Let him guide and aid and assist and lead the way for you. Because if he brought you here, he didn't brought you here for nothing, for no reason. He brought you here so you can tune in, watch, listen, learn something, get edified, get educated, get convicted, huh? We cleaving and clinging on to the wrong master, to the wrong lessons, to the wrong people, to the wrong master. So I know that Yahuah is love. And Yahuah doesn't love when we sit there and we're chomping at the bit just to tell somebody that they off. Oh, you're sadly mistaken. Oh, you're incorrect. You're using improper etiquette. We gotta quit and stop with all the verbal gymnastics with our own kind, with our own people. I'm not doing no circus act over here. There's not no clown show over here at all. Like, where they do that at? I'm not finna be tickling no fancies. I'm not finna be tickling nobody's ears. I'm here to do one thing only. Like I said before, serve, praise, honor, worship, and esteem, and give it exaltation to Yahuah, Yahusha. If this not for you, let it be. Have at it somewhere else. Nobody's putting no gun to your head and saying, hey, you gotta stay and stand by. And hear me out, like Yahuah, Yahusha has heard my plea. This is why I don't talk much. He said, be slow to speak, Shalaki, slow to speak, right? Slow to anger. And be quick to listen. So it's the opposite for some of you out there. It's quite the opposite for some of you out there. I don't like to speak and talk because that's not who I've ever been. Coming up, I always been the quiet one, the silent one. But them times are buried now. Them times are through. Them times are done. And so now you're gonna have to hear me. This ain't gonna be no feel good message. You can get those over there in the church building, which I highly advise you not going to. The feel-good messages goes against everything Yahusha stand for, everything he's about. It directly opposes him. They the opposition, which is enmity to Yahusha. So, all that aside, I do have love. I do have Ahaba. I believe in Yahushua HaMashiach. I confess that Yahuah is Yahuah, that Yahusha is Yahuah, that Yahuah is Yahusha, and you can't even say that without the Ruach HaKodesh. I believe Yahusha is only begotten Son. I believe he's the Son of Man, son of Adam. I believe he's the I Am. That's what I believe. And it's written. I'm not believing in something that isn't written right down in these scripts. So, So from here on out, if you're coming to cause if you're coming to pester and bug and bother and irritate and agitate and aggravate, I'm gonna have to get rid of you. I'm gonna have to move you aside, move you along, because obviously it's been made apparent that something inside of me irks the spirit that's utilizing and using you. So I want peace and shalom. I need peace and shalom on this platform. And if you're not here to be with that, you're with that reprieve. If you're not with that reprieve or that request, then it's not for you. You can go back to where you was at, and you can go back to watching everything else you was watching. But me, I'm watching the throne, and so should you. Same way you're waiting for Yahuah, Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach to return, I'm doing the exact same thing too. And then we're all going to be on the same language, pure lip, clean lip, pure language when he get back here. So, now that I got that out the way, let's do this. Y'all see this? We got the 7 I ams today. We got those 7 witnesses off there to the side. Case in point, Kadash number 11, month 11, Shabbat, with a B, February, Yom number 5, day 28, Yom 28 down there. On this pagan Frida, you know what I mean? Because this is Frida, the pagan goddess Frida's day of the week. So, but we're not going to get into that. First thing we're going to do, we're going to turn down to John. Chapter is 6. And the verse is number 35. Get the witnesses pulled up here too. Yes. There we go. Let's read. So it states this. And Yahusha said to them, I am the bread of life. So now, since Yahusha HaMashiach is the bread of life, aren't we reading that right now? Anytime you crack this open, or whatever version you got, we're reading the bread of life. I am. Notice how Yahusha said, I am. He didn't say we are. He didn't say us two. He didn't say them, they, and those. He said, I am. Now look. Next sentence. Next verse. Next line. Next precept. He who comes to me shall not get hungry at all. He who comes to me. He didn't say he who comes to we. He don't speak French, huh? French language are imposters. Preposterousness. French language has blasphemed the Hebrew language. But that's the topic That's a topic and a subject for another day. But today on this Yom, he says, he who comes to me shall not get hungry at all. And he who believes in me shall not get thirsty at all. If he's Yahusha HaMashiach, if he's saying that he's the I am, Shalakia, if he's saying that he's the I am, you gotta give me what he asked for. He said he the bread of life. So what that mean? Well, how that's interpreted? Aki Emmanuel, Matif Yahu, Aki Emmanuel, Matif Yahu. How is that? He says, I'm the bread of life. He says, basically, practically, mainly, that he the book of life. Now, isn't he? Yeah. Yes. Chapter 8. Matter of fact, let me read this witness. Hold that thought. Let me read this witness right here. And Yahusha said to them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. So, Yahusha HaMashiach is the true bread. What's the bread? Ak Emmanuel, Ak Matif Yahu, Mana. From the Shamaim, huh? Yeah. From the Shama, from the heavens. Yes, he is. Let's go to chapter 8. Shall we do that? Verse number 12. Turn over there in the witness 2. Yes. Number 12 says this. Therefore, Yahusha spoke to them again. That'll make twice. Saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall by no means walk in darkness, but possess the light of life. And we're going in numerical order today, just so we can be organized and neat and tidy and spiffy and sporty, okay? And dapper and very, very dapper and dapper. Very dapper and dapper. So, just like the folks that say, Yahusha not Yahuah, Yahuah not Yahusha. If you have not the Son, you have not the Father. You got to take the Son, Yahusha, a lot more serious than you are. Or you make yourself just like them Pharisees of times past, with their whimsical, nonsensical unbelief. How is it that Yahuah comes down from the Shamayim, from heaven, he leaves his throne from Ruah to Yahusha, come down here, dwell amongst us, be amongst us, walk amongst us, talk amongst us, wine and dine with us, eat and drink with us, and bring the manna from the heaven, from Shamayim, from the Shama. How is it that those that say, well, he ain't one of us, he not like us, I don't walk in darkness, just like you have once did, and I have once did, I don't walk in darkness no more. I walk in the light because of Yahusha, Mashiach, Mashayah, Yashayah, Hamashiach, Yahusha Hamashiach. Now, I have light glowing all on me, all over me, all inside me, all in me. And can't nobody that say that I'm not one of his can do to stop that. They can't do nothing about that. And it's fine. It's okay and it's all right that you don't understand this. Because Yahusha didn't allow you to understand yet, huh? He didn't let you understand yet. You chose to be comfortable and cozy with your darkness. That's what happened. And guess what? You're trying to relay that onto me. You're trying to portray that onto me. You're trying to delegate that onto me. You're trying to project that onto me, but I rebuke. Yahuah rebukes it. Yahuah rebuke you. Cast down to the ground, trampled and trodden down, underfoot. As far as the east is from the west, and thrown into the bottomless depths of the sea of forgetfulness. Because you don't want to go here, don't mean I'm not for him and of him and about him. Okay? All right? Just like this message reads. Now I'm going to read it in the witness. Then spake Yahusha again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that follows me, shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. You think that there's a path around Yahusha to get to Yahuah when he is Yahuah? He's going to be the one to bring you to him. Don't you know? Haven't you heard? So if you got Messiah, Mashayah, Yashayah, you got Yahuah. Now, I can't sit there and squeeze that through your mind. No, I cannot. So I'm doing the next best thing, and that's to plant this seed. Plant this plant and sow this seed. And you can do whatever you see fit or necessary afterwards. But, theoretically speaking, I want to read. Let me go back a little bit. I'm gonna go back just a few verses in chapter 7, towards the end of chapter 7. And some of them wished to take him, but no one laid hands on him. The officers therefore came to the thief, priests and Pharisees, and they said to them, why did you not bring him? The officers answered, never has any man spoken like this man. The Pharisees therefore answered them, have you also been led astray? Has any one of the rulers or of the Pharisees believed in him? Him, man. Him, man. Aman, you all. Iman, you all. Yaman, you all Yahuah with us. All Yahuah is with us. Yahusha HaMashiach is Yahuah. And even the Pharisees thought he was just making stuff up, thought he was just make believe, thought he was just pretending, thought he was just faking the funk and being phony, being fraudulent, thought he was just being imaginary. But it's not your imagination that you see what Yahusha is doing with this man. Anka Emmanuel, Matif Yahu, Anka Emmanuel, Matif Yahu, right here, right now, right this second, right this minute, right this hour, huh? Yeah. And nobody has ever spoke to you like this. And so now you're not used to it. You're not used to somebody telling you that the Messiah the Father too, huh? You're not used to that. So, you can go to what you're used to, but just know, your knee gonna bow too. You're gonna bend the bow and you're gonna bend the knee. You're gonna kneel down. You're gonna raise your hands. You're gonna lower your head. You're gonna be on all fours before Yahusha HaMashiach. And that is the real, pure, unadulterated truth right there. Has any one of the rulers or of the Pharisees believed in him? But this crowd that does not know the Torah is accursed. Nicodemus, he who came to Yahusha by night, being one of them, said to them, does our Torah judge the man unless it hears first from him and knows what he is doing? They answered and said to him, are you also from Galilee? Search and see that no prophet has arisen out of Galilee. And what's Galilee? Galilee. And each one went to his own house. See this? Rumamu Yahuah. Ruma. To the highest of highs. To the mountain peaks and to the valleys low. Now, first verse of chapter 8, we can back up and go right there too. And Yahusha went to the Mount of Olives. Then we cover in the last session, the last video live stream, that his feet will be planted solidly, firmly on the Mount of Olives. Yahusha is Yahuah. Come on, my people. Come on now, people. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Hallelujah. Yada Yahuah. Yada Yahusha. Then came the officers to the chief priests and Pharisees, and they said to them, why have you not brought him? The officers answered, never man spake like this man. They thought it was a joke. That's what they thought. It's not a joke. Then answered them the Pharisees, are ye also deceived? So we got deceived, we got darkness, we got unbelief. That's 3 witnesses right there for those who have come up against me and saying to me that these words that I have not even said aren't true. darkness, deceit, and unbelief is why you think that I'm not telling the truth, when Yahusha already told the truth before me since the beginning, and he's going to do it again in the end, from start to finish. That great work he started within me, like he started within you, he's going to finish until the great and faithful last day, to the great and faithful, dreadful day of Yahusha, Messiah, Mashiach, Yashaya, Hamashiach. Yahusha Hamashiach is Yahuah. Yeah. Everything you was taught, and everything you learned, everything you was coached and mentored and trained up on, was it training you in the way you should go? Because the way you should go is following the way. And that's Yahusha HaMashiach. Let's stay in chapter 8 and go to verse number 58 of Yahuah, John. Right. Let's read. Yahusha said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham came to be, I am. And who did Abraham speak to? All the times we read about Abraham in the first 5 books, in the first 33 books, over there in the Torah, the Tanakh, right? The Basurah, who he was talking to and speaking to, and chit-chatting with, and conversing with, and discussing things with. Yahuah, right? And so if he did those things with Yahuah, don't you think that that's Yahusha too? Don't you think that Yahuah is Yahusha? Yahusha is Yahuah? Huh? Look at this next verse. Therefore they picked up stones to throw at him. Mashiach. Yahusha HaMashiach. But Yahusha was hidden and went out of the set apart place, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. So, if they threw stones at Yahusha, I can understand and comprehend why. It's understood why you would throw stones at me. The servant is not greater than the master. So if we are to long suffer through our struggles, through our pain and grief and agony and hurt, because the more truth you receive, the more sorrow it is. Just like it says and states in Ecclesiasticus. The more truth, the more sorrow. They wanted to stone him for telling the truth. So now, I've got some of my very own people. Just like how Yahusha had some of his very own people wanting to have him ousted from his own place, city, town, residence. Didn't want to welcome him in, because they were so used to something else. I'll tell you what that something else was. Lies, people, lies. They so adapted and accustomed to lies. And they have gotten comfortable and cozy with lies. We don't have two masters. Yahushua HaMashiach said, you can't serve two masters. What you think he meant by that? Because it's not two of him, obviously. And the other master he was talking about, everybody know who that is. The devil. Yeah. It's always been one of him. Not two of him. Not three of him. And you're going to see today. If you hadn't already seen already. Right. So let's go to. Did I read the witness? No, I didn't. Let's read that witness. Yahusha said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. There's that word again. I am. Then took they up stones to cast at him. But Yahusha hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. Visiting and moving. We're going to be moving on. Rolling right along to Yahuah, John chapter 10 now. And the verse will be number 9, number 11, and number 25. Let's start there. I am the door. So guess what? I'm not here to be no entertainer. I'm here to tell you, and me too, out there in YouTubeville, in YouTube land, that you gonna have to enter the doorway, the doorpost, the pathway, which is, and who is the pathway, the doorway, the doorpost. I'm talking about Yahusha HaMashiach. I'm speaking about Yahusha, Mashiach, Messiah, Yashaya. That's why I'm here. He all that we need. He all that we got. We should want to enter the door of the I am. And Yahusha is that. He is him. Whoever enters through me, he shall be saved, and shall go in, and shall go out, and find pasture. Don't that sound like Yahuah, the Heavenly Father, Father of lights, the Most High Abba? Doesn't that sound like what the Father, our Father, your Father, my Father, would say to his sheep, to his lamb? You lamb, I'm a lamb. That's what our shepherd would say to his flock, to his pasture. That's what righteousness is. That's what righteousness sounds like. Let's get the witness. The great shepherd, the great Messiah, the great Savior, the great healer, the great Redeemer, the great deliverer. Yahuah saves. How? Who, what, when, where, and why, and how? Yahusha HaMashiach name means, stands for, interpreted as Yahuah, saves. Let's get that witness. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture. Wonderful. Great is he. How lovely, how beautiful, Yahuah is he. Amazing. Quite literally. Quite frankly. Awesome is he. Let's do number 11. Let's go down a taste. I am the great shepherd. Ruach HaKodesh moving. Ruach HaKodesh move through me. Run through me. Blow through me. The great shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. So, you out there in YouTubeville, YouTube land. Oh, he not one of us. You don't know the trouble I seen. I don't know the trouble you seen. But you and I, you and me, we both know that Yahusha HaMashiach paid the cost to be the boss. He paid it all. Every debt. Every iniquity. Every transgression. Every amount of crookedness. Every amount of wickedness. Every amount of evil doings. For every wrongdoing and every shortcoming. He says what? He laid down his life for the sheep. So, I sit here before you and tell you out there in YouTubeville, YouTube land, I laid down my life for Yahusha. Just like you. I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. But I'm telling you that I laid down my life for Yahusha HaMashiach. I gave up my life. I quit my life for the life he want me to have, that he need me to have. The great shepherd. Well, Aki Emmanuel, you laid down your life? Really? Are you serious? Well, Aki Emmanuel Matif Yahu, you laid down your life? For real, for real? Yeah. 3 a day fast. A Shabuah, week-long fast, 7 days, 4-day fast, Zoom, 21-day fast, Zoom, 28-day fast, Zoom. This is what you do for your great shepherd, huh? The one that broke every chain, every shackle, every handcuff, every lock. Because he the key to the door. He took them yokes of bondage and slavery off you, but you don't want to let it go? Who do we think we are? Who do we think we are? Took that yoke off your neck. But you want to clamp it back on? Oh, because I feel so alone. I feel so lonely. I feel so lonesome. Don't you know, he said, do not be afraid, for I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Oh, I got scared. I chickened out. I got cold feet. He says, be not afraid, nor dismayed. He says, for I am Yahuah, and I am with you, right? Let's read this witness. I am the great shepherd. The great shepherd giveth life, giveth his life for the sheep. He literally gave up his life so we can have our life, huh? Now, I don't want to get all mushy and moist on a setting like this, but y'all know what that verse, that precept, that line mean. Y'all know. So, I have been in close proximity with Yahusha. That's an experience I'll never soon forget. Never ever. And I wish and desire that everyone can experience Yahusha for themselves. He is worthy and deserving of being called the I Am, exactly as he proclaimed. Okay? Let's go over to verse 25. Shall we do that? Can we do that? Yahusha answered them, I have told you, and you do not believe. Yahusha answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness concerning me. There's reverence. Line upon line, precept upon precept that we just read. In the second person, did Yahusha speak? In the third person, did Yahusha speak? But all along, he already knew. And he was dropping hints and dropping clues and dropping ideas to the huge following and gatherings and assemblies, the apostles, the disciples, that he's the I am, the great I am. They didn't even believe him when he told them that he's him, that he's the I am. Just like those of you out there in YouTubeville and YouTube land on the opposite side of this screen didn't believe me when I'm reiterating and regurgitating and reinstating what's already been set in stone. You all shall soon see and shall soon find out as we await his marvelous return for the second go round, for the second helping. Let's go to chapter 14 now of Yahuah John. This will be the last one we cover on today, this Yom. And I feel Baruch and favored. This is a barakah to be able to announce this, give praise, Yadah, with my lips, and to esteem the esteem and exaltation of Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach, all praise, honor, and worship. Chapter 14 now, verse 26. It reads this. But the helper, the set apart spirit, Ruach HaKodesh, whom the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you all and remind you of all that I have said to you. Let's get it. But the Comforter, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said to you. Yahusha is the way, the truth, and the life. Yahuah said he's not a man that he shall lie. He didn't lie about any of the things that he set forth. The paths he set forth, the prophets, the not being that he used to announce his coming, to warn the people, to alert the people, to make the people aware, the crowds, the assemblies, the gatherings, every place that they was communing and congregating at and fellowshipping at. He made it abundantly, exceedingly and abundantly clear. From the offset, from the onset, from the rip. Yet, they still were in denial. Yet, they still were in rejection. Yet, they were still in disbelief. So much so that Kapha denied Yahusha thrice. Didn't he? Yahusha told them that there's many mansions, castles in the house of heaven. Heavens upon heavens. In the Shama, in the Shamaim. What they do? Still deny that fact. Still reject that truth. Said he was the light of the world. Said he was the way, the truth, and the life, and the resurrection. He said a comforter. Right? The comforter. The helper. The Ruach HaKodesh. Just like how when that dove, when the clouds of heaven, of the Shama, of the Shamaim opened up and that dove came out and landed on him. That's the type of helper. That's the type of comforter that he's speaking of, that he's talking about, that he's referring to and referencing and in reverence. That will be there with us in this day and age and in the new generation to come. Unless we forfeit outright. Forfeit our righteousness. Then he can simply and plainly take it away, take it off of you. Take it from within you, from inside you. Take it out your system. Same like how he can take our breath at any given moment. Snap of a finger, drop of a hat, drop of a dime. Now, I ain't talking about no magic tricks like these wizards and warlocks and warlords be doing, pulling rabbits out the hat. No, and I ain't talking about these witches that be spinning and twisting and stirring pots of brew everywhere. I'm talking about the real deal. The real him. The comforter. Look at this. Chapter 14. Let's go up a few before we get up out of here. Let's go up to verse number 9. Yahusha said to him, "Have I been with you so long, and have you not known me, Philip? He who has seen me has seen the Father too." What do you do with that when you hear that, people, folks, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Akis, Akudis? What do you do with that when you hear that? How do you interpret? And how do you say, "Show us the Father"? Do you not believe that I am? Look at that. In the Father, and the Father is in me. The Father, the words that I speak to you, I do not speak from myself, but the Father who stays in me does his work. Believe me that I am in the Father. He said that I. He said me, he said I. Look at that. And the Father in me. Otherwise, believe me because of the works themselves. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he shall do also. So what did Yahusha do? Works. Works of his hands. The toil of his hands, the hard labor, the back-breaking work. What else you need from Yahusha for him to prove to you and show to you and express to you that he is the Father? The Father is him. The Father is he. Yahusha is Yahuah. He go from Yahuah, Ruah, Spirit, Ruach HaKodesh, to Yahusha, to turning water into wine, to the walking on the water, to the supplying the fish and the bread, the manna for the people to eat, to healing lepers, to healing paralysis, disabled, handicapped person, beings, vessels, temples. Where do you think they come up with this holistic crap from? Everything is a mockery and a mimic. Everything is a carbon copycat of Yahusha HaMashiach. Yahusha is Yahuah. What else you need him to do? Huh? I'll wait. Make the sun rise, the sun set. Pass through the people. Heal the woman that just touched on his cloak, on his cloth, on his garment, on his attire. Made his voice appear out of thin air to Moses, Elijah, Comfort, Jacob. Made his clothes bling. With the bling bling, that's what they like to say. He made his clothes bling. Face blinging too. Couldn't even see his face at the top of that mountain. What else do you want him to do? Do you need him to do? Help the disciples and apostles gather up fish in their nets. They've been out there all night trying to catch fish. And he comes and he gathers all the fish for them in one heap, one stroke of his hand. The grandeur, the splendor, and the allure. Yahusha is majesty. He's majestic. Enough with all the hypocrisies. 'Cause I'm sick and tired and fed up of hearing about it. Hearing about them, it make my eardrums hurt. Huh? Make my eyes hurt. Read this witness. Go down a little piece. In verse number 14. If you ask, look at this. Let me go back a little taste more. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he shall do also. Didn't he preach to the masses? Didn't he give sermons to the masses? Didn't he train and coach and mentor? Didn't he teach to the masters, to the so-called masters, to the priest, and to the so-called kings, scribes, Pharisees, Sadducees? Didn't he teach us? He taught me, and now I'm doing exactly how he taught me. Make a disciple an apostle, a son and daughter out of us, his people, his children. That's what he came for. He came to fulfill that and a whole slew of other things. Fulfill the law, keep the laws, guard the laws. Look it. And whatever you ask in my name, that I shall do, in order that the Father might be esteemed in the Son. Look at that. You esteem and exalt the Father. You esteem and exalt the Son. You esteem and exalt the Son. You esteem and exalt the Father. Look at that. Can't make this up. Y'all heard me read that out loud. He said, whatever you ask in my name. So whose name is that? Yahuah said that he's giving Yahusha the name above all names because it's him. If Yahuah has stated that he don't give his esteem to another, but if you're esteeming him, you're esteeming Yahusha. You esteeming Yahuah, you esteeming Yahusha too. You exalt Yahuah, you exalting Yahusha too, because he's him. He is all both. It ain't just one or the other. One Father is what we gonna see. That's who we gonna see. We ain't seeing two or three now. I'm here to let you know. Y'all better recognize and realize and latch on real quick. Real proper like. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Huh? Yeah. You ask whatever in my name, I shall do it. If you love me, you shall guard my commands. See? He came to fulfill. Came to fulfill laws, statutes, and commandments. He came to keep them and guard them. He came to fulfill it. And I shall ask the Father, and he shall give you another helper to stay with you forever. The Spirit of truth, whom the world is unable to receive. Look at that. Ruach HaKodesh. Because it does not see him or know him. But you know him. You out there in YouTubeville, YouTube land, on the opposite side of the screen, looking at me, I'm looking at you, and I know him. Look at that. But you know him, for he stays with you and shall be in you. I shall not leave you orphans. I am coming to you. See how he said, I'm coming to you? He ain't say we coming to you. He ain't say us two coming to you. None of that. He said, I'm coming to you. Orphans. You know orphans? Emissaries, evangelists, prophets, messengers, sons, daughters, brothers, sisters. Mishpachah, Kadashim, family. We them orphans that he's speaking about right there, that he talking about. He called us his own right there. Right there. I shall not leave you orphans. Look at that. Yet a little while, and the world no longer sees me, but you shall see me, because I live. And you shall live. He who possesses my commands and guards them, it is he who loves me. And he who loves me shall be loved by my Father. Look at that. And I shall love him and manifest myself to him. And let me tell you all a tidbit of information. Yahusha has manifested himself to me. Date undisclosed. Season, year undisclosed. Month undisclosed. But know that I've been determined since the visitation, since the manifestation of his arrival, up close and personal. When he came to me, just like it reads, and I'm telling you all that it's the warmest, grandest, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresence I ever felt in my entire life. I never felt so stable and safe and secure and sound, without any hurt, harm, or danger, without any issues, hiccups, foul play, no trouble along the way. The day that Yahusha met up with me and came and got me, came and swooped in and scooped me up in his bosom, in the palms of his outstretched hands, outstretched arms, outstretched hands, right in the bosom. Huh? Right in the cross. He held me down, held me up, lifted me up, picked me up, uplifted, brought up, raised up, built me up, developed me, poured into me, took me higher than I ever been, you all. I can never let that down. I can never let that go to waste. I ain't never gonna stop giving you this. Until my very last breath. And I meet him in the sky again. You hear me? You feel that? You digging that? Okay? All right? So, that was Yahusha is Yahuah, part 7. And I hope that you all learned a thing or two and got something out of this, got something that you can take to your children's, people's, babies, grandchildren, aunties, uncles, cousins, grandma, grandpa, mom and dad, whoever, and let them know how real Yahusha HaMashiach is. And with that, shalom to all the select few. all the elect saints, chosen few, chosen ones. This has been Emmanuel Matif Yahuah. And hallelujah. Yada Yahuah, Yada Yahusha. Barak Yahuah forever and ever. Barak Yahuah forevermore. Baruch atah Yahusha. Hallelujah. Ba'ashem. Baruch atah Yahusha. It's Emmanuel Matif Yahuah. Yours truly and sincerely. And until the next time. Shalom, shalom. Emmanuel Matif Yahuah signing out.